What is up, guys? It's Ian here, hitting you with it on Monday as usual, and today I am a little annoyed. So, why am I annoyed, you may ask? Well, I've been working on my part 2 for the PC versus console video, and I've come to realize PC ports are kind of iffy, and that's kind of a no-brainer. A lot of people know that. But it's really starting to get to me. You guys really have it lucky with consoles. I'm talking to all the console gamers right now, and you don't have to worry about this stuff most of the time, you know? Yeah, a game will be capped at 30 frames per second, but games are just optimized for consoles. They don't have to, developers don't have to make a game work on so many different pieces of hardware and different combinations, like my i7 and my 1060. They just have to get the game to run on one PS4, one PS4 Pro, one Xbox One, and one Xbox Scorpio. That's it. You don't have to do all this crazy stuff that's on PCs. I'm pointing down there because my PC's down there. And that's really lucky because a lot of times PC ports just aren't what they could be. For example, I just bought Forza Horizon 3 the other day. It's a great game. It's really fun. It's the only game I can think of that lets me drive a 1998 Subaru Impreza and a 1986 Buick Grand National in an open world and tune in and do all this crazy stuff with it. It's a really good game, but the PC port is a load of ass. I tried recording it yesterday, and NVIDIA Shadow Play or NVIDIA Share, whatever you want to call it, I've never had issues trying to get the game to record, or I've never had a game have issues recording because it hardly uses any resource. But as I was playing the game, there was just so much stutter and so many hiccups, and it just wasn't good looking. And I know a lot of people were thinking, well, turn your settings down. I did. It's not like I had the game at ultra 4K resolution. No, I had it on 1080p high settings, a high preset. I didn't touch anything else. That's basically what the Xbox One has. And the fact that my PC is having issues with that really says a lot about the port, because my PC is more than capable of running the game at ultra 60 frames per second. And all I had different was the frame rate. The frame rate was set to 60 instead of 30. It's more than capable of keeping it at 30. And whenever I have to go into the task manager, set the CPU affinity and turn off the zero core and disable hyperthreading and set CPU, the priority to low, that's really kind of crappy. You shouldn't have to worry about that with a PC or any game. And I understand PC is a little more complicated than a console, but having to do all this crazy stuff just to play a game is pretty stupid. And another thing is, why does this game run so poorly? And real quick, just to be real, it's not like the game's unplayable. I can play it on high, and it's around like 30 to 40, sometimes in like more open, like less crowded areas it's at 60. But other games run so well. Grand Theft Auto 5, which is still a pretty demanding game to some standard, I can run the game on max settings, MSAA on 4, FXAA, all the mumbo jumbo, and I get a solid 60 pretty much constant. The only time things get crazy is whenever there's like uber, like highway, blow up everything in sight kind of stuff. That's with anything. That's with any PC, so that's kind of to be expected. For the most part, if you have like some crazy i7 and like 20,000 1080s, whatever. But I just don't understand why games don't run that well. I mean, poorly optimized games, I mean. Another example is like Steep. It runs perfectly fine. It's a beautiful, graphically intensive game, and it's open world, and Battlefield 1. Amazing graphics, crazy stuff going on. Arkham Knight, a game that is, albeit a shitty port, still runs well. So I don't see why something like this has issues running. And a reason this needs to stop is we are a community. The gaming community is all gamers coming together and playing games and just having a good time. It's not about trying to deal with games running poorly. It's about people coming together, no matter what platform you're on, and just having a good time. That's why I love seeing when games give you the option, like Portal 2 on PlayStation 3, you can play with someone on PS3 while being on a PC and vice versa. Seeing that kind of stuff is great, and I want to see more of that. But I don't think we will if PC ports aren't being optimized well. It's just so stupid that companies are just shitting out games and not putting the time into them to make sure, like, oh, it's out, let's get the money. That's not how you should do it. Look at Rockstar. The PC port for GTA 5 came out in, 2015? When the original game came out in 2013? That's a 2-year delay. But you know what? Rockstar's making a lot of money off of the PC port. And that's great. 2 years after the game came out, and they're making a shit ton of money from it. Just because it's a good port. And a good PC port is good for everyone. It's good for me because I don't have to sit in front of a camera and complain about it. Companies don't have to deal with the bad heat that they're getting, and they don't have to deal with the low sales because no one wants to buy their shitty product. It's good for everyone because we can enjoy a nice game. I really don't understand what the issue is with companies. If they could all just realize that, look, we need to sit down. Even though the PS4 and Xbox One version comes out tomorrow, the PC port is shit, they need to sit down and make that PC port good. And another game, for example, Watch Dogs 1 and 2. I know, like, the first Watch Dogs game, when it came out on PC, terrible. I even had it day one, and it just was not a good PC port. And yeah, it's updated. It works pretty well. Even on my GTX 960, which is considered a low-end card, ran the game on high-ish settings. But Watch Dogs 2, even with my 1060, I have to tone things down. When the game, it came out in 2016, but like I said, games like Steep and GTA 5's older, but Steep and Battlefield 1 and Resident Evil 7, which came out this year and not last year, run way better than Watch Dogs 2. And it's just like, I was so hyped for Watch Dogs 2 to come out on PC because it was delayed. I know it sounds so stupid. Why are you hyped over a game why are you hyped that a game got delayed? I'm hyped because the game is going to be better. It's going to be more polished. But even though they did some optimization, it's still not up to snuff. I'm one of those people that really enjoy waiting for a game. I love building up the hype to it, not if it gets overhyped. But if a game comes out and it lives up to the hype, that's great, and it makes it worth the wait. That's why Zelda Breath of the Wild I've been waiting like 3 or 4 years for, and here it is coming out. The game was delayed countless times, and I'm okay with that, because I know I'm going to get a kick-ass game. I wish every game could be like this. There's so many games that, even on console, it happens sometimes, but they just get rushed out, they're shitty, and they're not good. Look at No Man's Sky, for example. The PC port was ass, according to a bunch of people, and if they would have just delayed it, smoothed it out, made the game good, it would have been fantastic. I can go about this for hours upon hours upon hours, and I'm gonna be honest, there are thousands of videos out there that are talking about the same exact thing. So yeah, it's wishful thinking that companies would just delay games and make sure they're good and have every PC game be awesome, but there's nothing we can do about it. So I guess vote with your wallet, maybe? Not that developers would really care because they're making the money anyways. Whatever. If you like what you saw, make sure you hit subscribe and all that fancy stuff, and stay tuned for the next video. See ya.
Hey guys, hope you really liked that video. And if you did, please
like, comment, share, and subscribe.
You should also check out our Twitter,
Facebook,
and Tumblr.
See you again soon!